Hello, everyone. I'm Claudia Saldivar, and this is my discussion board on vulnerable population. I did my discussion board on students experiencing homelessness. So what I learned during this week's readings was that there's a McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, which is a federal law that addresses the education needs of children who are homeless. And every state has a state coordinator for homeless education, and they oversee the implementation of the McKinney-Vento Act. I also learned that a lot of children under the age of 18 are experiencing homelessness. Some of these children are part of a family, so they live with their families, either with other people or in their cars, shelters. But then there's other children that are also on their own, which was a little interesting to read. The McKinney-Vento Act defines homeless children and youth as individuals who lack a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence, which includes children and youth sharing the housing of other persons. So children and their families could be living with grandparents or aunts, uncles, that kind of situation. Staying in shelters, living in hotels or motels, or public spaces such as a park or abandoned buildings. I also learned that the rates of homeless children are increasing over the years, with over 1 million children experiencing homelessness across the nation. And then the reasons why people become homeless. This was an interesting topic to read because I wasn't aware of all the reasons why there's so many children that are experiencing homelessness. So affordable housing. So many people are paying more than 50% of their annual income in housing right now. Not being able to make ends meet with rising costs. The financial crisis of losing a job. So a lot of the times families have their own home, but losing a job can create such a crisis that people lose their housing. Severe illness or accidents in the family. So being in so much in debt because of medical bills that a lot of the times families have to foreclosure, so they lose what they have. Natural disasters, which can be fires, tornadoes, storms, that kind of stuff. And then significant family discord, which can be like abuse in the home, which makes children run away. So a new concept or idea that I learned during this week's reading was understanding the difference a school setting can make for children, especially children that are struggling due to being homeless. Knowing that we can provide that safe space for children during school hours is so rewarding, but also heartbreaking at the same time. So a lot of the times as educators, we don't realize that these children are coming to school and they're able to eat. They're able to be in a safe space with adults that care for them. So learning that a lot of the children come to school because they know that they can feel safe there and forget about their problems for a good 6-7 hours. It's heartbreaking, but also I feel like as an educator is very rewarding because we can make a difference in these children's lives while they're in our care. And then the potential benefits and or drawbacks of this policy. I think the benefits of this policy is making sure that all the states and districts are helping vulnerable children to better support and guide them with school. So the McKinney-Vento Act addresses barriers children experiencing homelessness face and support children in positive ways. So I think this is a great policy to support children that are experiencing hard times, and then actually for the states and like districts to follow through and make sure that schools are taking care of these children and supporting their families as well, when in anything that they need to help them succeed in school and in life. And that is it. Thank you.